My name is Charlie Covell and I have written 2 episodes of Banana. The series is a companion to Cucumber, which is the Channel 4 series, and it's kind of, they're, I guess, like short films almost, which take some of the minor characters, and not minor characters in Cucumber, and they get their own kind of standalone story or film. So episode 4 is about a woman called Helen who has a really horrible thing happen to her and is kind of betrayed by an ex in a pretty brutal and embarrassing way, and it's basically about how she deals with it and how her family kind of come through and rally round. And one thing that Russell and Nicola were saying when we were talking about stories was it's this Banana in particular is about, they called it the hard stare, so really looking at how people behave and relationships and the truth in those, so showing kind of, you know, ugly and difficult parts of people and how they interact. Lots of the stories are, I think all of them are set in the LGBT community, but that's kind of incidental. They are about people and relationships and things people have, you know, difficulties, you know, falling in love or going on a date or dealing with a horrendous thing happen to you. These aren't exclusive. No, because they're all human stories. They're not exclusive to one group. I think it's kind of, people still think they're allowed to be transphobic. Like people, I think, well, most people know it's not okay to be homophobic, but I think it's kind of the last taboo in many ways, in terms of that kind of behaviour. And so I think, yeah, it's really important to show a character going through that kind of prejudice. And I think also the character in this that is kind of perpetuator of that. It's really subtle. It's nothing particularly blatant. It's just that kind of insidious, cruel, quite subtle attack on people. And speaking to Beth and finding out, you know, what she's been through, and it's happens a lot, and it's not, you know, it's not okay. Working with Russell was absolutely brilliant. It doesn't feel quite real sometimes. I sound like I'm being a horrible sucker, which I probably am, but no, it was really amazing. And I think just the kind of being allowed to kind of have access to that kind of imagination, and he, you know, has helped me a lot in terms of how to write. You know, like, just I think I've learned a huge amount in the 6 months, or how long the process has been since we first sat down and I talked about ideas with him. We were allowed to read the Cucumber scripts at the same time as writing Banana, and they are just, well, you'll see when, obviously, they are just extraordinary. And so being able to read those and talk to him and talk to Nicola and have Cam, you know, to help, has honestly been, yeah, I'm going to say life-changing.